Healing takes longer. Sensations fade or shift, and suddenly the routines that served you well for decades may no longer be enough. In this conversation, we are going to focus on 5 areas of the body that many women ignore, not out of neglect, but out of habit. These are the spots we think are fine, until they are not. These are the places that, when cared for with just a few minutes of attention each day, can make a significant difference in how you move, how you feel, and how you see yourself. This is not about beauty. This is not about chasing youth. This is about comfort, confidence, and the quiet self-respect that comes from tending to your body with intention. Whether you are 70 or 90, your body is still asking for care, and in small ways, still offering its strength. So let us talk honestly, with warmth and without shame, about the places that often go unnoticed, but never truly stop mattering, because you deserve to feel good in your skin, every inch of it. Let us begin. 1. Your feet, the foundation of your freedom. Your feet have done more for you than most people ever will. They have carried you through decades of living, raising children, walking through storms, standing in long lines, dancing at celebrations, and stepping into each new season of life. But as we grow older, the way our feet speak to us begins to change. They may ache more. They may feel dry or numb. You may notice small changes, a crack in the skin, a toenail that thickens, a bit of tenderness that lingers. These memos may seem minor at first, but they matter more than we often realize. With age, the skin on our feet becomes thinner and more fragile. Circulation slows. Our ability to feel small injuries can decrease, especially for women with diabetes or nerve issues. And that's where the danger lies, because something that starts as a small sore or crack can quietly turn into a serious infection. Even women who have always been careful sometimes forget about their feet. They become something we rinse quickly in the shower without really seeing. But your feet are more than an afterthought. They are your foundation, and they deserve care. Every day, your feet help you stay balanced. They keep you mobile and independent. When something goes wrong, even something small, it can throw off your entire posture and increase your risk of falling. That's why daily foot care is not optional. It is essential. So what does that care look like? It begins with looking, really looking. Each day, take a few moments to examine your feet. Sit somewhere comfortable, and if you have trouble seeing, use a mirror or ask someone you trust for help. Look for redness, swelling, cuts, blisters, or changes in skin color. Check the soles, the heels, and especially between your toes. Next, wash gently. Use warm water, not hot, and a mild fragrance-free soap. Avoid scrubbing too hard. Rinse thoroughly to remove all soap and then dry carefully. Damp areas between the toes can quickly become home to bacteria or fungus. Take your time. Pat gently with a clean towel. If reaching is difficult, use a long-handled towel or a cool hair dryer. Moisturizing comes next. Use a light, non-greasy lotion with ingredients like urea or glycerin. These help keep the skin soft and prevent painful cracking. But remember, never apply lotion between the toes. That area should stay dry. Then there's nail care. Trim toenails straight across to avoid ingrown nails. Use clean clippers and do not cut too close to the skin. If your nails are too thick, brittle, or discolored, this could be a sign of a fungal infection. A podiatrist can help, and there is no shame in asking for support. You're protecting your health, not being vain. And of course, there's your footwear. Many women keep wearing shoes that no longer fit well, out of habit or comfort. But feet change with age. You might need more room, better support, or different materials. Choose shoes that are soft, breathable, and supportive. Rotate them to let each pair dry fully. Wear clean socks daily, preferably cotton or another natural fiber. These small habits, done regularly, can prevent infections, reduce pain, and improve your balance. More importantly, they help you stay connected to your own body. Because when you care for your feet, you are not just protecting your ability to move. You are protecting your freedom. Think about that. The ability to walk without pain, to step outside without fear, to move through your day with confidence. All of that begins with simple, quiet attention. So tonight, take a moment before bed, sit down, take off your socks, and look at your feet. They have carried you through so much, and they still have more life ahead as long as you care for them in return. 2. The groin area, where hygiene meets dignity. There are parts of the body we were raised not to talk about. For many women, the groin area is one of them. We learned early on to be modest, to avoid the topic, to carry discomfort in silence. But silence does not keep the body healthy. After the age of 70, the groin area requires more care, not less. The skin becomes thinner and more delicate. Mobility changes. It becomes harder to bend, reach, or see clearly. Sweat and moisture can collect in the folds of skin, especially in warmer months, or for those who wear pads or briefs. And over time, if this area is not gently cleaned and dried each day, problems can begin quietly. The groin is a warm, enclosed space, which makes it a perfect place for bacteria, fungus, and irritation to grow. It can begin with a faint itch or a little redness. It may not seem important, but that itch can turn into a rash, and that rash can turn into an infection that affects your comfort, your sleep, even your ability to walk or sit without pain. And because this is a private area, many women wait too long to ask for help. They hope it will go away on its own. They feel embarrassed. But there is nothing shameful about caring for your health, especially not here. Caring for the groin area is not complicated, but it must be done with care. Start by gently washing the area every day. Even if you do not shower daily, this part of the body needs regular attention. Use warm, not hot water and a mild, unscented soap. Harsh soaps or products with perfumes can upset the balance of the skin. Use your hand or a very soft cloth. Do not scrub. This skin is sensitive. After rinsed, drying is just as important. Pat the area dry with a clean, soft towel. Take your time. Make sure the skin between folds is dry. Moisture left behind is the main cause of irritation. If reaching is difficult, you can sit down and use a small mirror to help, or a hairdryer on a cool setting from a safe distance. If moisture continues to be a problem, consider using a small amount of cornstarch-based powder or a zinc-based barrier cream. These products help protect the skin by keeping it dry and reducing friction. Avoid talc powders and anything heavily scented, as those can be harmful over time. Next, look at your underwear. Tight or synthetic fabrics can trap heat and moisture. Choose breathable materials like cotton. Loose-fitting underwear helps the skin stay dry and allows air to circulate. If you wear adult briefs or liners, change them regularly and follow the same gentle routine with cleaning and drying afterward. Finally, take a few seconds each day to check the skin. Look for any signs of redness, odor, broken skin, or unusual changes. Use a mirror if needed. If you notice something that does not improve in a day or two, speak with your doctor or nurse. These issues are common, and medical professionals are trained to help. You are not alone, and you deserve care without judgment. The groin area is about more than hygiene. It is about confidence, comfort, and dignity. When this part of the body feels clean and cared for, it changes how you carry yourself. You sleep better. You move more freely. You feel more like yourself. It may only take a few minutes each day, but those minutes are powerful. They are a way of saying, I still matter. They are a way of protecting your well-being from the inside out. So do not wait for discomfort to become pain. Treat this care like brushing your teeth or combing your hair. Not optional, but essential, because even the most private parts of us deserve attention. And because the woman you are, and have always been, is worthy of that quiet daily act of respect. 3. The navel, a small place that deserves big care. It is easy to forget about your navel. For most of your life, it has simply existed. Quiet, tucked away, not demanding much attention. But as with many things in the body, what goes unnoticed can sometimes become a source of discomfort or even illness, especially as we age. The navel or belly button may seem like a minor detail, but it is actually a small, enclosed space that can collect moisture, sweat, dead skin cells, and lint. Over time, if not cleaned properly, it can become a perfect environment for bacteria or yeast to grow. This is especially true after the age of 70. As we grow older, the skin around our midsection can become looser, and the navel may become deeper or harder to reach. For many women, physical changes such as weight shifts, reduced flexibility, or abdominal surgeries can create folds and creases where debris builds up without notice. Most people assume the navel gets clean during a regular shower, but a quick rinse under running water is not always enough. The structure of the navel, particularly if it is an innie, means water and soap may not reach deep inside. Even if they do, moisture left behind can quietly cause problems. So, how do you care for this small but important area? Begin by including your navel in your daily hygiene routine. It only takes a few extra seconds, but it can prevent irritation, odor, and infections that may take weeks to heal. Use warm water and a mild fragrance-free soap. Avoid using strong or heavily scented products, as these can dry or irritate the sensitive skin inside the navel. A soft washcloth, cotton swab, or the tip of your finger works well. Gently clean inside the navel, but never dig or scrub hard. This is delicate tissue, and rough handling can cause damage. After cleaning, rinse with clean water to remove all soap. Then, most importantly, dry the area completely. Use the corner of a dry towel, a tissue, or even a clean cotton swab to gently pat the inside until it is dry. If your navel is deep or hard to reach, a hairdryer on a low, cool setting can help ensure no moisture remains. If you tend to sweat or live in a humid climate, check the navel again later in the day. Just like with the groin area, warmth and moisture together can invite unwanted bacteria or yeast. In some cases, a gentle powder, such as a cornstarch-based one, can help reduce dampness, but always avoid talc powders or strong fragrances. It is also wise to check for warning signs. A slight odor, a sticky discharge, redness, or itching may be early signs of an issue. These symptoms are often easy to fix when caught early, but if ignored, they can lead to more serious infections. In medical terms, inflammation or infection of the navel is called ampulitis, and while it is more common in infants, it can absolutely affect older adults, especially those with weakened immune systems, diabetes, or limited mobility. If you notice pain, swelling, or any unusual discharge from your navel, do not wait. Contact your healthcare provider. These are not embarrassing problems. They are health concerns, and there is nothing shameful about seeking relief. Let us not forget, the navel is more than a scar from the beginning of life. It is part of your living body, and like every part of you, it deserves to be cared for with kindness. Some women say they skip this area because it seems unimportant, but a woman who tends to her navel is not being vain. She is simply being wise. She understands that cleanliness is not about appearance. It is about how you feel in your own skin, and the confidence that comes from knowing your body is clean, comfortable, and well looked after. So next time you bathe, pause for a moment. Check this small area. Clean it gently. Dry it thoroughly. Thank it for doing its job quietly all these years. It is a tiny space, but in caring for it, you are practicing something powerful. Self-respect in action. 4. Under the breasts, a hidden place that needs daily kindness. There is a quiet space beneath the breasts that many women forget to care for, not out of neglect, but simply because it has never been part of their routine. Yet for women in their 70s and beyond, this area often becomes one of the most sensitive and easily irritated parts of the body. As the body changes with age, skin naturally becomes thinner and less elastic. The breasts may rest lower, creating deeper skin folds. Combine that with warmth, sweat, and close-fitting clothing, and you have the perfect conditions for discomfort, or worse, infection, to develop quietly over time. You may have noticed it. A little itching under the bra line, a faint redness, a slight stinging after a long day. Sometimes there is even a light odor or a rash that seems to come and go. These signs are your skin's way of asking for gentler care. The truth is, the area under the breasts is a high-friction zone. Skin touches skin all day. If moisture stays trapped, it creates a breeding ground for bacteria, yeast, and irritation. The medical term for this condition is intertrigo. It may start with simple chafing, but if untreated, it can become raw, inflamed, and painful. But there is good news. Just a few minutes of attention each day can keep this area healthy, dry, and comfortable. Let us start with cleaning. Every day, whether or not you shower, gently clean under the breasts with warm water and a mild, unscented soap. You can do this with a soft washcloth or just your hand. There is no need to scrub. The goal is to remove sweat, oil, and buildup without irritating the skin. After rinsing, take time to dry completely. This is where many women rush, but moisture is the root of most problems here. Use a clean, soft towel and pat gently. Lift each breast if needed and allow the skin underneath to dry fully. If reaching or mobility is difficult, a hairdryer on a cool, low setting can help. If you tend to sweat more or live in a warmer climate, a gentle powder can help absorb moisture throughout the day. Look for cornstarch-based powders, or ask your pharmacist about safe options. Avoid talc powders and any strong perfumes, which can irritate the skin further. In some cases, using a light barrier cream like one containing zinc oxide can protect the skin and reduce friction. It is the same kind of product used to prevent diaper rash, and it can be surprisingly effective in preventing soreness or breakdown under the breasts. Your clothing also plays an important role. Choose bras that are soft, breathable, and not too tight. Underwires and stiff fabrics can dig into the skin and trap sweat. When you are home, give your skin a break. Let it breathe. A loose cotton camisole or no bra at all can make a big difference in comfort and skin health. Pay attention to what your skin is telling you. If you notice persistent redness, itching, peeling, or any open areas, it may be time to check in with your doctor. Infections in this area are common, and they are treatable, but they heal faster when caught early. Caring for the skin under your breasts is not about vanity. It is about comfort. It is about preventing unnecessary pain. And it is about respecting the parts of your body that have changed over time but still serve you each day. This area may be hidden from the world, but it should not be hidden from your care. So tonight, when you change into your pajamas, take just a moment to check. Clean gently, dry thoroughly, and if needed, let the skin breathe, because you deserve to feel at ease in your body, not just in public, but in your private moments too. That soft spot under your breast deserves your kindness, just like you always deserved your own. 5. Behind the ears and neck, the overlooked corners of self-respect. Sometimes it is the smallest places that hold the most meaning. The area behind your ears, the nape of your neck. These quiet corners of the body may not seem important. They are often hidden by hair, scarves, collars, but they tell a story. A story about how closely you listen to your body, how gently you care for yourself, and how willing you are to give attention to the places no one else sees. Behind the ears and along the neck are areas where sweat, oil, and product residue tend to gather. Hairsprays, conditioners, perfumes, and even soap that runs down during a shower can leave behind a thin film that clings to the skin. Over time, that buildup, along with natural oils from the scalp and sweat from the day, can cause irritation, blocked pores, or even odor. This becomes especially noticeable with age. As we grow older, the skin becomes more sensitive and less forgiving. It becomes thinner and more prone to dryness or reaction. And for many women, these small areas become uncomfortable, dry, itchy, or tender without a clear reason why. But here is the thing. These areas are not asking for much. Just a bit of awareness. A warm cloth, a clean hand, a few seconds of care. That is all it takes to keep them clean, comfortable, and healthy. Let's start with behind the ears. This space is small, but it tends to trap more than you think. If you wear earrings, glasses, or hearing aids, even more residue can build up here, from metal, plastic, sweat, or skin oils. Over time, this can lead to flaking skin, clogged pores, or a sour odor that lingers even after you wash your hair. To care for it, simply take a damp, warm washcloth and gently wipe behind each ear every day. You do not need soap unless there is visible buildup. And even then, use only a small amount of gentle, fragrance-free cleanser. Pat dry with a clean towel. If the skin is dry, you can use a very light moisturizer, but avoid heavy creams that might clog the pores. Now, let us talk about the neck, especially the back of the neck. This is a place that many women forget to check, because we rarely see it ourselves. But it is an area that tends to sweat, especially when we wear turtlenecks, high collars, or scarves. Add in long hair or limited mobility, and it becomes even easier to overlook. During your bath or daily wipe down, gently clean the back of your neck. Use a soft cloth and warm water. Wipe upward from the shoulders to the hairline. Be sure to rinse away any soap or shampoo that may have run down from your hair. Leftover product can dry out the skin or cause irritation. If you use perfume, check for redness or flaking. Some women develop reactions to fragrances over time. Once dry, apply a light lotion if your skin feels tight. Avoid heavily scented products and always pat gently. Never rub harshly. If you feel buildup or roughness on the skin, exfoliate once or twice a week with a soft cloth, not a scrub. The goal is not to strip the skin, but to help it breathe. If you have a history of breakouts, rashes, or eczema on your neck or behind your ears, check with your doctor or dermatologist for specific advice. Some conditions can appear later in life, even if you never had skin issues before. You are not imagining it, and it is not something to dismiss. It is also worth noting that this part of the body is often where signs of emotional neglect show up first. When we are stressed, grieving, or distracted, we may still put on lotion for our hands or brush our hair. But those hard-to-see areas, they get left behind, forgotten, just like we sometimes forget our own worth when life becomes overwhelming. But when you take the time to tend to these small places, something changes. Not just on your skin, but in your spirit. You begin to feel more whole again. You start to remember that your body, though older now, is still worthy of being touched with care. You stand a little straighter. You feel fresher, lighter, more put together. And often you do not even realize what was missing until you give yourself back that quiet attention. Behind the ears and at the nape of the neck may not be glamorous, but they are part of your daily comfort, and your comfort matters, not for anyone else, not to impress, but because you deserve to feel clean, balanced, and well in your own body, from top to bottom and everywhere in between. So, as part of your evening or morning routine, add one more step, one small gesture of care. Run a warm cloth behind your ears. Wipe gently at the base of your neck. Breathe in, breathe out. Let this be a moment just for you, because even the places that no one sees are part of the woman you are, and every part of her deserves your kindness. Small acts, lasting grace. You have just taken the time to explore 5 parts of your body that rarely get mentioned, even less often tended to. And yet these quiet places, your feet, your groin, your navel, the skin beneath your breasts, and the back of your neck and ears, they carry more weight than most of us realize. They are where discomfort begins quietly, where irritation lingers until it becomes pain, where dignity can be either supported or slowly worn away. The truth is, growing older does not mean growing careless. In fact, this stage of life asks us to care more deeply, not less, not out of fear, not out of vanity, but out of self-respect. And that kind of care is not loud. It is not expensive. It is not complicated. It is a quiet hand, a gentle towel, a moment of stillness, a breath before bed when you ask, "Did I care for myself today?" Every small act of attention adds up. A few seconds checking your feet, an extra minute drying beneath your breasts, a gentle wipe behind your ears. These are not chores. They are small rituals of love, and when done with intention, they change how you feel in your own skin. Some people will tell you these things do not matter, that at a certain age, no one notices. But you notice. You feel the difference between fresh and irritated, between steady and unsure, between neglected and cared for. That difference is everything. It is the difference between walking with confidence or walking with fear, between hiding discomfort or asking for support, between feeling invisible and quietly empowered. You have earned the right to feel well, not just when others see you, but when no one else is looking. And that begins each day with choosing to care for the small things, the hidden places, the parts that still whisper, "I'm here, I matter." So tonight or tomorrow, when you stand in front of the mirror, do not look for flaws. Do not look for signs of age-ching. Look for places where you can show kindness. Look for chances to be gentle with yourself, because the woman in that mirror has walked through decades of life. She has given, endured, created, lost, and rebuilt. And she deserves comfort. She deserves ease. She deserves attention, not from the world, but from herself. Let that be your new habit, a quiet act of devotion, day by day, because every time you care for these small places, you are telling yourself, "I am still here, and I am still worth caring for."